How's it going, everyone? ND Sean 45 coming at you. Now that's a nice little rebound after last week's loss. The Irish return home and they get a much needed win over the number 18 Virginia Cavaliers 35-20. Now, first things first, I have to say this. Damn you, Virginia, for kicking that field goal to get to 20 points. Had they not kicked that field goal, that would have been the first time in 10 years of me doing these videos that I would have gotten a score prediction right on the money. But no, the Cavaliers had to go and ruin that. Oh, who cares? I was still very well within the ballpark by 3 points, and the Irish won. That's the most important thing here. And also, I gotta acknowledge an error that I made in my pregame video. And DK Superfan pointed this out to me. I really thought that Bronco Mendenhall started with the Cavaliers in 2015, but I was wrong. He didn't start until the very next year in 2016 with Virginia, and the head coach at that time for Virginia in 2015 was Mike London. So that was my screw up. I got mixed up there. I guess I thought Bronco Mendenhall was there in 2015, but maybe I was thinking of when we played BYU when he was still with them. But regardless, it's still an error. I screwed up. I apologize. So with that said, let's get right into this one. Now, the only thing I can say about the first half is this. That whole first half drove me insane. And those of you who know me personally and are friends with me on Facebook, you could tell that by the posts that I made. I mean, hey, what can I say? I'm a fan of my team. I love it. Maybe I get too carried away with it sometimes, but that's just how I vent my frustration. If something isn't going right and we're playing like crap, I'm gonna say so. But anyway, yeah, that whole first half. I mean, our defense was getting shredded by Bryce Perkins. The offense, we had a little struggle getting things going at times. But still, we were able to keep it a 3-point game at half. But this is the one thing that I was really happy to see. At halftime, we make the adjustments. And what happens? We make the one big play, and then all of a sudden, boom, momentum is right back on our side, and it stays with us. That defense, they did a phenomenal job stepping up in that second half. Just a marvelous job. I couldn't be any more proud of them. They get down, they make some mistakes, they let Bryce Perkins tear them apart through the air, but they adjust nicely, and they hold the Cavaliers to 3 points in the second half. I mean, what more could you ask for? We got that fumble return, not the one that went for a touchdown, but the first one. Momentum was on our side, and it stayed. That set up a nice, touchdown run. And gave us a lead, and we never looked back from there. And then after that, of course, we had the fumble return for a touchdown, 2 interceptions. I think there was another fumble that we got in there too, but I could be wrong though. But 8 sacks. 8 sacks on the day. Phenomenal. I mean, how many more good things can I say about this defense? Oh, of course, Kyle Hamilton, freshman safety. He comes up with another big pick. So good for him. I can't wait to see this kid mature and get better, because I know he will. But no, the MVP of this game is hands down the defense. They got us back in this, and they sealed the deal for us. Offensively, I'm not saying that the offense was entirely bad. Not at all. I mean, there was definitely a lot of good things. Tony Jones, a big comeback game for him. 130 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. And even Sebo Flemister, maybe not the best average or the most yards or the best average. I think it was 30 yards on 7 carries, somewhere in there. But he contributed with a touchdown run. And the only real negative is, and I hate to say this, but just it stands out, and it is what it is. Ian Book. He didn't look too good today. Not one of his better performances. It's just very concerning that we're a quarter of the way into the season and he still does not look comfortable in that pocket. I mean, now granted, that whole offense, well, actually the whole team, in that first half, we looked unmotivated, unprepared, not hungry at all. It looked like we were sleepwalking through the whole first half. But just going back to Ian Book in particular, just he still does not look comfortable in the pocket. It looks like he's gone back to not trusting his teammates, and it just was not, some missed throws, underthrow, overthrow, either or. It just was a crap day for him. I mean, the only positive is he didn't throw an interception. He didn't have any touchdowns, but he didn't throw an interception. So you got to take the good with the bad. But he just did not look good at all, and he still is not looking comfortable. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know if it's coaching. I don't know if it's something upstairs in his psyche. I don't know. But this is something that he has to fix, and quick. Because, there's going to be those days when the defense isn't able to carry you. I mean, you have to have both. A team should not have to rely on its defense to get the job done for them and to, carry the load. There has to be an equal balance there. But any average football fan can tell you that. I'm just stating the obvious here. But that's what we saw today. So, yeah, it just Ian Book did not have a great performance today. And you could even say a little bit with the coaching staff today as well. Some of the play calling I didn't understand at times. We've seen a lot of this. All these little side passes and slants. Let's take some more shots downfield. I don't know why we don't. I mean, look, I get we have a lot of young receivers. I understand that. But the plays like that are where they can shine. Let's see what these guys can do. So, yeah, I mean, I guess I shouldn't really be complaining about a whole lot here because we got a 35-20 win over the 18th ranked team in the country. But I guess maybe this is just my way as a fan, at least, and from my perspective, to stay grounded, to stay humbled, understand that there's going to be mistakes made, but at the same time, I know the talent that this team has, and it's not being fully used. It's like so far in the season, we have certain positions show up, certain sides of the ball show up, and then some don't. But we need to put it together consistently as a whole. I mean, like I said, it's great that the defense sealed the deal for us in this game, but that's not going to be the case every game out. You know what I mean? So we got to find that consistency, and Ian Book has to figure out his problems, and quick. So what more can I say? And also, it sucks even more. I haven't heard any updates yet, but Sean Crawford left with an arm injury or a shoulder injury. His arm was in a sling, so obviously that's not good. I don't want to assume that he's out for the season, but that's how it's looking as far as I know. But yeah, all I know is, regardless, it's nice to get a win. It's nice to rebound after a tough loss, and this is another case where we just turn the page and focus on the next chapter. Quarter of the season is done. We have 8 games to play. We're still holding on to some playoff hopes here. And speaking of which, I got to mention this on video, but North Carolina, you had Clemson by the balls. And I understand going for 2. I understand the gutsy call. I admire that. But if that was the best that you could come up with, then my God, that was a shit call. I'm sorry, but the Tar Heels had him. And why you call a stupid-ass play like that makes no sense. So, with that said, guys, that's all I have for you. Of course, I'll be back next week to do the Bowling Green game, preview and recap that. And so, until then, this is Indy Sean 45 signing off. God bless, and go Irish!